Steve Hilton with me this morning. Steve, it's very hard to believe that a member of Congress would use that kind of language. It's outrageous, right?
Absolutely. I'll get to that in a moment, Stuart. But just for the serious start, I think we need to note, and send a memo maybe to the team over there, for the Christmas songs on this show, I think we need to stick to Beatles and Rolling Stones, their Christmas music. Then you'll be very happy at the start of every hour. Okay. Merry Christmas to you and all the team. Look, what we saw there on display, exactly as you said, is actually, it's a very strong word to use. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. What a kind of attitude is that for one of our brave military service members who was shot doing their job, a young woman? I mean, I can't believe that he knows exactly what happened, and to use that language, what does it show you? That this party, the Democratic Party, is still in the grip of their open borders extremist ideology. They haven't changed at all. They are opposing everything that the president and his team are doing to reverse the open borders insanity that we saw under Biden, that let millions and millions of people into the country, including many, many dangerous, violent criminals and terrorists. They haven't changed at all. They have not changed. They do not understand. They are so out of touch with what the vast majority of Americans want.
Yes, and the guy who allegedly shot the National Guardsman yelled "Allahu Akbar" as he was doing it. It's just an unfortunate accident. Anyway, let's move on. Steve, today is the second day of the DNC winter meeting in Los Angeles. Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, they're going to be there. Would you say that they are the front runners of the Democrat Party? I noticed there's an article in the New York Times today which says the lead choice, Newsom is the front runner for the Democrats for 2028. What do you got to say about that?
Well, what does this tell us? It tells us that this is a party completely detached from reality. All they care about is who's best at trolling President Trump on social media. That's why Gavin Newsom is leading, because they love the fact that he spends all his time on social media with pathetic, and often, as we've seen today, really cruel, inhumane social media trolling. His attack on Elon Musk over his family. Disgusting. Again, strong word, but it's the right one to describe them. The substantive arguments are entirely in the other direction. Look at where Democrats are in control, where they run the show. They have the worst record of anywhere in America. It's here in California, of course, the highest unemployment rate, highest poverty rate, highest cost. We're 50th out of 50 states for affordability. But when you look at the next in line for the title of worst run states in America, it's all Democrat states, all the people at that meeting. These are the most useless governors and politicians in the entire country, all gathered together to show us that the D in Democrat today stands for disaster. Do not let them anywhere near power.
You're running to be the governor of California. Essentially, I think you'll be running against Newsom's track record. That you're running against what he has done to the state, right? I noticed
100%.
I've got it on the screen now, Steve. I will change that. We will cut the bloat. Your first $100,000 will have no state income tax. That's just the start. That's your proposal if elected?
There's two parts to my tax plan, Stuart. First of all, to help the people hurt the most by Gavin Newsom and the Democrat policies, working-class Californians who are paying the highest taxes in the country, getting the least in return, being absolutely crushed. I'm on the road the whole time. They are barely able to keep their heads above water. So the first 100 grand, no state income tax. But above 100 grand, so that's pro-worker. But we also need to be pro-growth in California, because we've got the highest unemployment and poverty rates. Businesses are leaving. So above 100,000, it's going to be a flat tax of 7.5%, lower and simpler, pro-worker, pro-growth. How do we do it? By cutting the bloated spending. I've done a costing on this with my former colleagues at the Hoover Institution. It would require an 18.5% reduction in spending. By the way, that just takes us back to the budget just before the pandemic. They've doubled the budget in the last 10 years in California. Is everything twice as good? No, everything's worse. We've got to cut this bloat, get back to sanity, and get money back in the pockets of hardworking taxpayers in California. That's what I'll do as governor.
Less than a year to the election. We're looking at you. Thanks, Steve Hilton. Come back soon, and Merry Christmas
to you.
Sure thing.